10 insane things you didn't know about pro darts. Did you know that some darts matches last longer than a full-length movie? I bet you didn't. So here are 10 insane things you didn't know about professional darts. Number 10. Darts used to be played with actual feathers and wood. Okay, so back in the day, professional darts players did not have those shiny, perfectly weighted metal darts you see flying around on TV now. No, instead, people played with what looked like something straight out of a medieval crafts fair. The darts had real wooden shafts that were hand-carved, and they stuck bird feathers into the back end to try and keep them flying straight. Yes, actual feathers. Honestly, these old-school darts made the game way harder. They wobbled through the air like a drunk pigeon at a disco, and players had to be ridiculously good just to get anywhere near the board. Number 9. Professional darts players are basically math wizards. You might think pro darts players just throw and pray something good happens, but no way. These guys are legit math machines. Every time they step up, they are running insane calculations in their heads. They know exactly what number they are sitting at, exactly what points they need to subtract, and exactly which tiny part of the board they have to aim for to make it happen. And they have to figure it out in seconds while the crowd is losing its mind, the lights are flashing, and some guy in a Batman costume is spilling beer nearby. Some players even train their brains with pure math drills, doing subtraction games or board visualization exercises without ever touching a dart. Honestly, watching a pro darts player calculate a perfect finish is like seeing someone do magic in real life. Number 8. Darts tournaments are like rock concerts. In case you've never been to a professional darts tournament, let me tell you, it's not just some boring library event where everyone whispers and sips tea. It's an absolute madhouse. It is like a giant party broke out, someone found a bunch of darts, and everyone just decided to roll with it. Fans show up wearing all kinds of crazy outfits. Superheroes, bananas, dinosaurs, you name it. There are wigs, face paint, inflatable guitars, and people singing like their lives depend on it. The chanting never stops. Whole sections of fans will just start singing soccer chants, personalized player songs, or random tunes that make zero sense, but somehow feels right. Some people say the energy at a darts event is crazier than most music festivals. And through all of it, the players have to stay laser-focused like it is just another Tuesday. Honestly, if someone dressed like a 6-foot hot dog started doing the worm behind me while I was trying to hit a tiny bullseye, I would forget how to even breathe. 7. There is a perfect darts game called a 9-darter. Alright, brace yourself. In darts, the fastest, most perfect way to win a game of 501 is by throwing just 9 darts. That's called a 9-darter, and it is the Mount Everest of the darts world. It almost never happens. You have to hit the biggest scores possible on every single throw, like triple 20s, and then finish in an exact way that drops you down to 0. No mistakes, no breathing room. If your hand twitches even slightly, it's over. Pulling a 9-darter in a live match is so rare that when it happens, the crowd loses its collective mind. People scream, beer flies everywhere, and strangers hug like they just won the lottery. Even commentators start shouting like they witnessed a miracle. It is basically the Bigfoot riding a unicorn moment for darts fans. Most players can go their whole careers and never hit one in competition. So when someone pulls it off, you better believe it is a big deal. Number 6. Some darts players have their own entrance songs. Yep, it's not just boxers and wrestlers who get hyped up with crazy entrance music. Darts players have their own epic walk-ons too, and they go all out. Think flashing lights, smoke machines, fireworks, the whole deal. It's like a rock concert smashed into a sports event. Some players pick funny songs that get the crowd laughing. Others pick intense songs that make you think they are about to wrestle a bear. And the fans absolutely love it. They sing along at the top of their lungs, waving signs and inflatable bananas or whatever else they brought. Players even have nicknames to make it even cooler. Mikkel van Gerwen is Mighty Mike, and he struts in with the confidence of a guy who knows he could hit a bullseye with his eyes closed. Peter Wright, aka Snakebite, shows up with neon-coloured mohawks and literal snake designs painted onto his scalp. The entrance is so good that sometimes you almost forget there is a darts match afterward. Honestly, half the fun is just watching the show before the throwing even starts. Number 5. Darts players can earn crazy big money. In case you thought darts was just a little side hobby, think again. The best players in the world make serious money, like buy a mansion and a Lamborghini money. Some of the biggest tournaments, like the PDC World Darts Championship, offer prize pools over $3 million, and the winner alone can walk away with a cool $500,000 or more. That is not even counting appearance fees, sponsorships, endorsement deals, and special merchandise. If you get famous enough, you could have your face painted on dartboards, shirts, mugs, and even your own line of darts. Phil Taylor, who is basically the Michael Jordan of darts, racked up over $7 million just from tournament winnings, and that does not even count everything else he made. Other players like Michael van Gerwen and Peter Wright are cashing in big time too. It is wild to think you can go from tossing darts at your garage wall to banking more money than a lawyer or surgeon. So next time someone says darts is just a pub game, you can tell them it is actually a gold mine with tiny arrows. Number 4. There are strict rules about what you can wear. Believe it or not, professional darts has a whole bunch of rules about what you can and cannot wear during a match. You cannot just roll in wearing pajamas, gym shorts, or your Fortnite hoodie, even if it is super comfy. Players are usually required to wear collared shirts, tailored trousers, and proper shoes, and it all has to be neat, clean, and nothing offensive or too flashy without approval. The Professional Darts Corporation even has a whole dress code manual. Before major tournaments, players actually have to get their outfits checked to make sure they follow the rules. But that has not killed the fun completely, as some players still rock glittery shirts, flashy jackets, and bold colours that would make a rock star jealous. Even with the strict rules, darts players still manage to show off their personalities and style. It is like the red carpet, but instead of winning Oscars, they are aiming for triple 20s. Number 3. Some darts matches last longer than a Lord of the Rings movie. You might think a darts match would be quick, like a race to see who can finish first and get to the pub faster. But no, darts can drag on longer than a family road trip with no bathroom breaks. Some matches are absolute marathons. In fact, the longest official match ever recorded lasted over 13 straight hours. That is basically an entire Netflix binge session. Except instead of snacks and comfy couches, you are standing there throwing darts until your arm forgets how to move. Players have to stay insanely focused, do quick math in their heads non-stop, and somehow not collapse from pure exhaustion. Even regular professional matches can take 3 to 5 hours if players are closely matched and pushing each other to the limit. Fans bring food, settle in for the long haul, and sometimes even take mini naps between sets. Honestly, if endurance was an Olympic event, darts players would have a pretty solid shot at gold medals. Number 2. Darts used to be played outdoors. Way before darts became a cozy pub game next to a jukebox and a basket of fries, it was a hardcore outdoor activity. People in medieval England would throw short spears at tree stumps as practice for hunting or battle. Yep, real wooden spears. And of course, no helmets, no safety goggles, and no insurance. It was basically extreme sports, medieval edition. But over time, people started using smaller, sharpened arrows and targets with painted circles. Eventually, it moved inside, especially once it became clear that standing outside in freezing rain trying to throw spears was not exactly everyone's idea of a good time. Indoors, darts got safer, more organised, and way easier on the laundry bill. But honestly, part of me wishes they still had an outdoor league where players wore armour and dodged rain while aiming for a target pinned to a tree. It would be like darts meets Game of Thrones. Honestly, I would watch that in a heartbeat. Can you imagine the commentary? And here comes Steve, dodging a lightning bolt, lining up for a double 20 in the mud. Number 1. Darts players have crazy training routines. Now, this will blow your mind. Top darts players do not just stroll up to the board, throw a few casual darts and call it a day. They train like machines. Some pros throw between 5,000 and 7,000 darts a day. You heard me right, thousands every single day. It is not just about throwing either. They practice specific finishes, pressure shots, and mental focus drills. Some players even practice throwing in super noisy environments to simulate the chaos of a big arena. Others hire personal trainers to work on their posture, stamina, and even grip strength. Sports psychologists help them stay calm under pressure and teach visualization techniques so they can picture hitting that triple 20 over and over. Some even have nutritionists to make sure they are fueled properly for long matches. It may look easy when you see someone casually hit back-to-back bullseyes on TV, but it is actually the result of thousands of hours of brutal, repetitive practice, and a whole lot of blisters, sore shoulders, and laser-level mental focus. So next time you miss the board completely, just know that the pros worked way too hard to make it look that easy. Now, which of these facts do you find the most unbelievable? And if you enjoyed this video, click to subscribe.